Right, guess who just sent me a text message? Yes, Dan from Police Abusing Powers. You're a screwball. You're an absolute screwball. Yeah, this is Dan from Police Abusing Powers, who, along with Tina CHAVE from the Independent Advice Network, threatened me. Now, I've already said this YouTube channel needs shutting down. I got 1.7k views on that and 17 likes. Now, I'm not someone who looks for likes, but he's targeting me because he knows I'm going through emotional abuse with my partner. He knows I'm homeless. He knows I've had trouble with the police. You're a little piece of shit, Dan. You have triggered a woman that you know is vulnerable, who doesn't swear by nature, doesn't get angry like this. So he's deliberately sent me a text, even though he and Tina have falsely offered me help and threatened me. I've already got my partner threatening me, who took a caring role through Care for the Carers, who's used the police to abuse me. Excuse me, there's someone, I've got to get rid of the cockroach. Hello there, hi, a cockroach, yeah, sorry, thank you. It's under the cup. I don't want to touch it though.
Under the carpet? The cup.
Ah!
Well, only one then?
Yeah, but I don't want to.
Yeah, I know.
Only one. One is bad enough. No, last time I was here, I complained about the cockroach. Sorry,
You were in this room?
Sorry, I don't like any creepy crawlies.
They are quick.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't. God. Thank you.
Yeah, there's no more.
I hope not. One was bad enough. Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Right, just had to get rid of a cockroach. Got another cockroach to get rid of. Right, Dan, do you want me to read out your number, because I've had people harassing me? Bryony, knock it on the head. I'm going to read out his number. These are the people who've threatened me with falsely offering me help. Tina CHAVE from the Independent Advice Network. I've got evidence against them falsely offering me help. This is what I mean. All these nut jobs, they don't like me because I'm exposing them all. Bryony, knock it on the head, will you? And go to bed, will you? Why don't you go to bed, Dan from Police Abusing Powers? All you're doing is going round in circles. Oh, I wonder where I heard that phrase before. Could it be the number of times I've kept using that phrase that the social engineered, Tavistock trained police and operatives use? Yes, darling, it ain't working. You're a fuckwit. It doesn't work, sweetheart. Dan from Police Abusing Powers, it doesn't work. I know, I'm going to make a note of all the things that will upset Bryony. One of them is using that phrase. Fuck you, you're a wanker. You're a fucking cock. See, this is the real Bryony. Okay? You think you have a nice girl. You don't. You really fucking don't, sweetheart. Yes, I pray. Yes, I have faith. I do not take this shit. You're going round in circles, using the same phrase, repeating the same things over and over. So, hang on a minute, Dan. I thought you didn't want to have any more contact with me. Why are you suddenly texting me? Why have you got all your trolls to... You falsely offered me help along with that grifter, which is why people don't want to listen. Oh, right. So all of a sudden, you know that people don't want to listen. You've made notes of what I've been saying about the social engineering. 1.7k views, and you told me your mum doesn't know about your channel, and you've got 30,000 views. Why doesn't your mother? What are you so ashamed of? Why are you targeting the vulnerable? You're sick. You're sick in the head, Dan. You're targeting someone who's gone through all of it. Would you be able to put up with someone digitally penetrating you, sticking their fingers up you with your bipolar, and going to the rape victim centre, and then having domestic violence from someone else when your mother's died, and then taking domestic abuse from someone else, and all this stuff, which, funnily enough, which led me to you? Instead of taking some positive action, oh, here we go. You sound like Tina CHAVE. Just watch my live stream about Tina CHAVE. Oh, you're stronger than you think. Why don't you get your boyfriend to drive you down here? Dan knows that Darren won't even allow me in his flat. He's left me to sleep rough. He can't even find his driving license of over 6 years that I've been with him, that I've been put through all of this. I'm literally on my last legs. Dan, sorry, Dan. I thought you'd had a stroke, but you're able to send me these. Wait for it. I'll just read the rest of it. At nearly 1:30 in the morning, this man has had strokes, and yet he's now targeting me. I wonder why he's had strokes then. Actually doing something to help yourself. You expect everyone else to do it all for you, and when they don't do it the way you want, you start attacking them. Oh, I've heard it all before. Blah, 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 blah. We're going round in circles. Terminate the call. Tina CHAVE said to me, by law, they're not allowed to hang up on you. And you said to me, you wouldn't pass me to someone that you didn't think would be able to help me. And here you are, Dan from Police Abusing Powers is harassing me. And I'm going to read out your number, Dan. Dan from Police Abusing Powers. I'm going to read out your number. Stop mentioning me. I can mention you. I can mention Tina. And I can mention the people who have harassed and attacked me because you have allowed my number to be passed around, which that is a breach of GDPR under common law. Stop mentioning my channel and go get yourself some psychiatric help. Did you not hear what I just said about what happened with the social engineering and the human trafficking with the psychiatric unit? You're obviously not listening. You're just listening to what your little trolls are telling you. Come on then, Dan. If you're able to send me a text message at nearly 1:30 in the morning. Pap, Dan, I'm going to read out your number. You're harassing me now. Why? Dan, if you can, hang on a minute. Why are you sending me at 1:30 in the morning a text message harassing me? I thought you'd had strokes. Why? Where's all of this coming from? I mean,
number one, having a stroke has got nothing to do with my ability to make a text message, right? So that's number one.
What, a harassing? Sorry, hang on a minute. A harassing text message. A harassing.
Number two, it's the only contact I've had with you in fuck knows how many months, and you're calling it harassing.
I've got evidence. Dan, I've got evidence against you. Yes, I have.
You've got nothing. You're accusing me of sharing your phone number with people. You're accusing me of getting trolls to come over to your channel. I don't need people to come over
I've
to your
got
channel.
plenty of
If I want to
evidence.
come over to your channel, I'll come over to your channel. I don't need people.
Do you know what? If you're that ill, Dan, if you're that ill and you've had strokes, but at 1:30 in the morning, you can send me abusive texts. When I'm actually putting up live streams saying that I am feeling suicidal, I'm going through domestic abuse, So where the hell have you come from? What has made you suddenly ring me at 1:30 in the morning? Yeah, it's funny. I know, it's funny. You've even used the same phrase that I have used, the social engineering phrase that I've been talking about in my live streams, where people have said we're going round in circles and terminating my calls. So you have just used exactly the same phrase that these operatives and the police have used to terminate my calls. And you're using that phrase to harass me in a text. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Then I'd suggest you go to the police and ask them to
Yeah,
deal with it.
yeah. Go to the police. Go to the police who've been abusing me.
You talk about me
No.
making God knows how many months, but yet nearly every fucking video you put up, you're slagging me and my channel.
Rubbish. I've had harassment. I've got so much evidence. You and Tina Chave have threatened me. You and Tina Chave. I'll put you on quiet because you're talking out of your bottom, just like Tina Chave. You have falsely offered me help. Along with Tina Chave. You have threatened a vulnerable woman who's been a victim of the police. You have a channel called Police Abusing Powers, and you are abusing vulnerable people. You are a grifter, along with Tina Chave from the Independent Advice Network. You are targeting a vulnerable woman right now, and you're telling me to ring the police when you know that one of your channel supporters, sweetheart, Scott, you emailed me, Dan. You emailed me to say that Scott had rung the local MP office. I will put a link in the description. He rang the local MP office. You can have a look. The video that's got 1.7k views, that the Police Abusing Powers channel needs shutting down. This is why, Dan, you are targeting a vulnerable homeless woman. And by God, am I fighting back right now? I've never been so angry in my life. I've got it going on, emotional abuse with my partner who's using the police to abuse me. Now, if you've been watching my live streams, or you've got Princess Angela or this Scott to contact you, you're telling me to get psychiatric help. What have I been saying? If you've been listening to what I've been saying in my live streams about the human trafficking and social engineering and Serco, who have been part of this great, big, massive, global, it's on a global scale. Millions of pounds have gone into this, and what they and Eastbourne police did to me. Don't you dare, you fucking piece of shit, Dan. I don't naturally swear. I never talk like this. I never call anyone names. I allowed the police to do what they did to me. You're full of it. And Tina Chave is a grifter, and you're dangerous. You and Tina Chave from the Independent Advice Network. I had a vulnerable man, a Christian man, who's in one of these shithole supported accommodations where there are drug addicts, everything suggested to me by the food bank, the colonnades, everything goes on in there. They've got sex offenders in there, everything in there. And he said to me about Tina Chave, you don't know, she could be lying about everything. I've got evidence of you on your own channel saying to me, one woman vigilante, I would not pass you to someone that I didn't think would be able to help you. So I can barely function at a basic level. So for a man who says that he has had strokes, and you can ring me at 1:30 in the morning, you rang me, you sent me abusive text. I can say whatever I like on my channel. If I am exposing domestic abuse and everything, you are no different to Darren, my partner. And you told me that Darren should allow me in his flat, and you are no better than him. Maybe that's why you don't have a girlfriend. Maybe that's why you're shagging one of your horrible fake psychiatric unit. I've never felt better in my life. standing up to all the psychopaths. I've done care work with the elderly. Do you even listen to what I say? No, you don't, because you listen to what all your demented little trolls say. You get them to target people. You're making money out of merchandise. You're nothing more than just a... I actually stood up for you, Dan. I stood up for you. I'll text it to you in case you don't get it. Someone in the comments section on one of your videos said that you were, quote, a dosser. Now, I don't use that kind of language, but yeah, you are. This is what you spend your time doing, is it? You're just targeting the vulnerable. You're sick. You're sick. If I get a stroke, it'll be because of people like you, little nothings. But you are actually dangerous. You're going out of your way to target the vulnerable and to get all your viewers. But once people wake up to what you really are, because you're not abusing powers, you're abusing the powers of those abusing powers. So I find it really funny that PAP 0737 6939370 harassing me with a text. I will say what I want to say. You have abused my trust. I only set up this channel to document what was happening to me by the police. You and Tina lied to me. And then I was targeted by trolls from your channel after Tina falsely offered me help. She told me to ring her. I've documented it on my channel. I thought all my prayers have been answered at once. And the next time I rang into your channel, there was someone in your live chat calling Darren Stewart Webb, my partner, a see you next Tuesday, CUNT. And you said to me, and I've got evidence of it from your channel saying I wouldn't tolerate abuse on my channel. And you're doing it yourself now while I have been in a suicidal state. Okay? Now, if you're listening to what your little minions are saying, PC Soph, okay, is it going in? Is it going in here? Or are you just going to listen to what your trolls are saying about me? Your little minions, like Scott, who rang up the MP office. It's on my YouTube channel. I rang Lucy. He rang the House of Commons. You emailed me to say that Scott had rung the MP office. He rang the House of Commons. I got evidence of a call handler at my MP office saying that he was abusive. One of your minions, Scott. And he's friends with your Princess Angela, channel supporter, who's also trolled me. And that's fine. They can do whatever they want to do. But when they actually infiltrate a vulnerable woman, PC Soph beat me during a welfare check after they terminated my calls, and the Professional Standards Department sent me a letter, or they had done, apologising for doing this. They've continued to. And you are sending me a harassing, threatening message. I haven't got the fucking energy. But for a man who claims to have had strokes, why are you texting me at 1:30 in the morning to abuse me and harass me when I've just documented the abuse from my partner that's ongoing? I had PC Soph threatening me, come up to my face and threaten me. She said, you've got 5 minutes to get out of here, because with no explanation, my reservation had been cancelled at the Cavendish Hotel. And this is the same PC Soph who beat me during a welfare check on Beachy Head, along with 2 others, then stripped me naked, sectioned me, then sent me to a dangerous property where my life has been put in danger, where Sherelle Clark and Dion Clark were mentioned in the national news as having beaten the elderly, and I recorded her. Is it not going in, Dan? Do you not have ears? Do you not have a brain? Do you know what? You're a sociopath. That's what you are. I've been calling Darren a sociopath. You're one as well. You're using, abusing vulnerable people. I'm already being pushed to suicide. Is that what you want? You're a fucking sicko. You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm exposing real deep state corruption here. And you're just a grifter. You're just a grifter. So, yeah, I'll put your number out there. You can get the police to do whatever they want. They've already done everything that's humanly possible has been done to me. You don't think that Juliet exists? I will pass her number to you. Because when she comes back from North, we're going to go to the food bank, the police desk, all these places, but we're going round in circles. We're going round in circles. You are a card, Dan. Why don't you knock it on the head and go to bed? Yeah. Hello, everyone. Dan's had a stroke. Poor Dan, poor Dan. But at 1:30 in the morning, he's harassing a suicidal, vulnerable woman that he and Tina CHAVE from the Independent Advice Network, and they said they shouldn't be. She said by law, they shouldn't be hanging up on you. But they used that phrase. The local government ombudsman and the police both used the phrase, we're going round in circles and hanging up on me. So now Dan has sent me a harassing text saying, all you're doing is going round in circles. You just want to sound like the bullies, don't you? Can't believe you've got children. I really can't. I really can't. All I can say is thank fuck I don't have any children. I would not want to bring children into this world. I'm going to have to retitle this and put Dan's number up there. You really are scum. Scum. Your mum would be proud of you, would she? Your mum would be proud of you. She doesn't know about your YouTube channel. I remember the things you said to me months ago, and you've done nothing. You're a coward. Come on then, Pap, Dan, come on. I'll ring you. You still awake? I just want to see if you've got something to say to me about the people who attacked me, who were mentioned in the national news. Dan?
What now?
Right, okay. Just out of curiosity, because, if you've heard anything that I've said, let me tell you something. The threats that I've had from you and Tina, including emails, right? Scott, you emailed me to say, just because I don't know if you've actually been listening to anything of what I've just said, or if you just listened to your little minions.
To be honest, Bridie, I missed the last 10 minutes because I was having a shit. So you might have to...
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, that's just the level of your mentality anyway, all of that. But that says it all. Right. Okay. Well, I've said it all before anyway. You probably just listen to what your minions tell you, your low IQ minions who have nothing better to do than send vile messages and trolling me from unknown numbers, because only 6 people, including you and Tina, were trusted in private with my number. I had a threatening email from Tina. It was not a court letter. It was a threat.
Calm down. Calm down.
Yes, I will calm down. I'm just making sure. It was a threat with poor grammar. It was not a court letter. This woman, and I have evidence of you saying to me that you wouldn't pass me to someone you didn't think would be able to help me. She said she had 40 years of experience. She was going to do this and that I shouldn't be in these places if I'm on severe disability, blah, 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 blah. And she told me to ring her back. At the time, my partner has been ongoing emotionally abusing me. There has been a lot of confusion and a lot of stress and a lot of gaslighting. When I came back onto your channel saying, why didn't she take a call back from me? In your live chat, someone referred to Darren as a quote unquote see you next Tuesday, and they were also abusing me along with your moderators. And you said to me, this is not the place to call someone out. Oh, really? Where is it then? Because I have had threats in private from Tina. So she's proved herself nothing more than a grifter, and someone with your picture and your name and your channel name, Police Abusing Powers, was also threatening me under evidence of. So, do you know, it doesn't really matter what you do and don't say to me anyway, because this is, you know, call a spade a spade. But the point of the matter here is, this is how it is, okay, on your part. You emailed me months ago to say that Scott Andrew Horn, I don't even know how I have the energy to read any emails, but from what I do and don't remember, from what I can read, you said he had contacted my local MP office on my behalf. I live streamed a call. I don't live stream phone calls anymore, but I phoned my local MP office, and Lucy said to me that she'd had an abusive call handler, and that they'd also rung the House of Commons, and Scott admitted it was him. But I'd already had that verification from you in an email anyway. Now, I have not ever said anything in my live streams disparaging. It has only ever been the truth, which is what I speak. I have in recent times been swearing a lot, been getting angry, which I think under the circumstances is quite understandable, given all the lies, all the corruption, the fraud, the fraudulent Section 188 frauds, the lies from social services, you name it, gaslighting, everything. I have had it all. So with all due respect on that part, you know, I'm allowed to say whatever I like in my live streams, obviously with regards to freedom of speech, but I have never said anything disparaging, threatening, or anything. I react to people, and I don't suffer fools gladly. Okay.
You have said stuff that's slanderous and libelous.
Oh, do you know what, Dan? It doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. Go on then. Go on then. Let's have a laugh. Let's have a laugh. Let's have a laugh. Go on then. Go on then. Go on then. I've been pushed to suicide so many times anyway. Go on. Go on then. Go on then. Let's hear it then. Let's have a laugh. Let's have a laugh. What have I said that's libelous and slanderous? After everything I've just said to you, see, it's not really going into your brain, is it? It's really not going in.
It's just that most of it is fucking fairy tale.
I knew you were going to say something like that. You see, you are a grifter. You are a dangerous person.
You know what a grifter is? I don't think you quite understand what a grifter is.
I don't think you quite understand just how brave I am and how cowardly you are, that you wouldn't be able to survive just one of the things that I have been through. And you have targeted a vulnerable person. I'm not the only victim. I'm not the only victim. I can't believe. No, you can't shut up and what a lovely person you are. I've got evidence of you. No. I've heard it all before. I've got evidence of you saying that you wouldn't tolerate abuse on your channel. I've got evidence of you. And then I had abuse. Aimed at Darren, and they don't even know Darren. They don't even know Darren.
What have you been saying about Darren the last few days?
It's my channel. It's my channel. It's my channel. I'm not even going to go there. Do you know what, Dan? I don't care. We know what you are.
You don't care. You don't even care about getting yourself better.
No. Oh, yeah. Social engineered, narcissistic, covert. This is, for anyone who wants to know, this is a perfect example. This is a perfect example of narcissistic abuse. This is, you are a dangerous grifter. I have got evidence of this grifter. He's selling merchandise on his channel on his channel, Police Abusing Powers, and he's sending me. I have got a threatening text message from this man, and I have opened up to him. Just listen to the way he speaks. Oh, honestly. You and Tina CHAVE are bare-faced lying grifters.
Tell everybody, tell your viewers what the facts were.
You are predators. You're predators. You're not exposing police abuse. I've got the evidence on my channel where you troll. Look, do you know what? He wants this. He's doing this deliberately. Why should I waste my energy? Why should I even waste my energy? No, because you're stuck in a loop. No. You have targeted a vulnerable person. I have got evidence of you under my channel, under my video where I've exposed the abuse from you and Tina CHAVE. And you are disgusting, Dan. You are disgusting. Sherelle Clark and Dion Clark were... Sherelle Clark and Dion Clark, she attacked me in my accommodation. You are a sicko. This is a mother and daughter. This is a mother and daughter who mugged the elderly. I bet your mother's proud of you. I bet your mother's proud of you. I bet your mother, that's why you don't want your mother to know about your YouTube channel. This is a mother and daughter who are mentioned in the national news as having mugged the elderly. This is in my council accommodation. Oh, shut up, Dan. You're just pathetic. You're absolutely pathetic. Tina CHAVE from the Independent, there's nothing in him. I'm not surprised you cry about being suicidal. You are disgusting. That channel needs shutting down. He is not exposing police abuse. They are grifters. They are predators. Same as the domestic abuse helpline. They know what they are doing. On his channel back in April. It was around the 20th of April this year. He and Tina CHAVE from the Independent Advice Network falsely offered me help. And he was like, on his live phone-in, he said, I wouldn't pass you to someone I didn't think would be able to help you, Bryony. One woman vigilante. Then he passed me over. I thought, what a nice man. Don't know him. Give him a chance, though, as you do. Did the same with Tina CHAVE. She sounded like a lovely lady. She was going to help me make phone calls. She was going to... do you know what she even said in the live phone-in? I'm a nosy cow. That's all they are. They're nosy. They're grifters. They're nosy. They are nosy about other people's genuine, horrendous circumstances. That channel needs shutting down. I am already fighting suicidal thoughts right now. And he has texted me out of the blue at 1:30 in the morning. I will put his number up. You can call the police. You can do whatever you like. I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less anymore. There isn't anything they haven't already done. I've documented it all. The fact that one of his channel supporters, he emailed me. Dan emailed me. I've got a lot of lovely supporters on my channel, Bryony. And I thought, I honestly thought he sounded like a lovely person. How stupid am I? Scott Andrew Horn has emailed the local MP office. And I've got evidence of Lucy saying that that this Scott Andrew Horn was abusive. And I said, I'm sorry. You can see it for yourself. Put in the search engine on YouTube, phone call to Lucy at the MP office, one woman vigilante, my channel. You'll see it. And Scott admitted it was him. He rang the House of Commons. It's a cult. It's a dangerous cult. They're not exposing police. What they do is they take notes. Oh, we've got an intelligent person here, not these low IQ idiots. Oh, we've got an intelligent person here. Let's make notes of what she's saying. And some of them will, I don't know, I'm not in there. I don't even know who, I don't know, because they're just a bunch of trolls. But his minions, I've had unknown numbers ringing me. This is harassment. This is what will push a vulnerable person to suicide when they're already vulnerable. It's gaslighting. They know my circumstances. They abusive, calling my partner, who they've never met, a C word, and using my circumstances with him to abuse, you know, that kind of nonsense. But yeah, so yeah, well, there you go. That's it, basically. So you know, you mock me, I mock you. You're disgusting. You know my circumstances. If you've had a stroke, why would you do this? You don't even, Dan, you don't even believe that Juliet exists. Sorry to say this, Juliet, if you see this. This woman, you don't believe that she exists. She's going through cancer treatment. She was attacked in the street trying to help me as a member of the public. What is wrong with you? Get yourself some psychiatric help. You guys have got children. No wonder you don't want your mum to see your channel but you've got 30,000 subscribers and you sell merchandise. But the fact that you've actually used a phrase that I've been talking about, the social engineering phrase that these Fruit Loops use, we're going round in circles. Tina Chave did exactly the same thing, Dan. It doesn't work. She sent me a text message saying, what did she say? She repeated a phrase I used because I said, well, at least Darren affirms me. When I rang in to you, when I went into the live chat on your channel to say, why won't Tina Chave take another call from me? She's meant to be helping me with my critical circumstances. And there were people calling Darren, my partner, a C word when they don't even know him in the live chat. And you said you wouldn't tolerate abuse. Funny, because when I reported it, one of your trolls said Dan's channel might get shut down. We might not be able to chat again. Good. Well, Tina Chave sent me one of these demented text messages like yours, repeating phrases that I've used. I just find that is amusing. That part is amusing. Because I'm so well rehearsed in it. I'm so used to dealing with people like you, Dan. You are such a low level of it, though, that you don't even realise it. And that's probably why you get suicidal and depressed. Well, here's some advice for you. Stop doing it. Same with Darren. I'm standing up to abuse from my partner. You're not going to get it. If this is how you treat members of the public who are screwed because of our system, and you're targeting someone who's already homeless and vulnerable, I've got no one to turn to. I've got absolutely no one. But I'm safer being completely on my own than being surrounded by all the fuckwits that you have, who've got There's so much that I would like to be doing with my life. There is so much I want to be doing, but I'm not able to because I'm here for my safety. Is it not going in, Dan? If I send you a text message, shall I not waste my time? Because it's not going to go in, is it? I recorded Sherelle Clark. No, it's not going in, is it? No, because you'd rather listen to what your minions say, who have got such low IQs. I'll tell you why. Because the people on your channel, some of them are all the Sherelle Clarks of this world. Yes, the kind of people that have been trolling me, these low IQ idiots, are like all the Sherelle Clarks out there who get away with crime. That's why. Yeah. You're part of it, Dan. You're part of it, you and Tina. The kind of trolls that you get trolling me and attacking me are like the scumbags. Just have a look at what people have to say about Sherelle Clarke online. Have a look at the online comments. Can you imagine how awful it must be for her children? I don't get to see my kids. Yeah. She's out there with her mother mugging the elderly, inbred morons. Just look at the comments online. She was mentioned in the national news. The BBC covered it. You already know about this, though, don't you? You're sick. Sick. And your channel needs shutting down. And I will keep mentioning you. If you want a court case, go for it, Dan. Bring it on. You and Tina. Anyone. Anyone. You're doing this to someone who's been a victim of the corruption and has survived. I've come this far. To survive just one of those things, you're sick. You're sick. Anyway, there we go. I say bring it on. Bring it on. I will post Dan's number because ringing the police doesn't really help. Ringing anyone, nah. But anyway, as I said in my last live streams, if I do finish myself off, I'm just getting extra pushes in that direction. Get his channel shut down. Warrior Wales, don't comment on old live streams saying, you know, if you are aware that you comment on my old live streams saying that they're saying this and that. I don't care what they say. They're in a playground. They're demented. But you need to report it. It's your duty to report them to the police, Warrior Wales. If you are with me and you agree with me, more to the point, it's anyone who sees bullying online or anywhere, it's your duty to report it. We all have a responsibility to each other. All of us. And Dan said it would not tolerate any bullying, and he did. And the abuse was aimed at my partner, and they know that I had a fractured relationship with my partner. They know that there's been emotional abuse. He was arrested a few weeks ago after being messed around by the police, which I have recordings of, after I was taken down from Beachy Head suicidal. I've got a nutcase who's been saying to me, you are squatting. Well, funnily enough, I have been squatting in my partner's flat. She came back from Nigeria 2 nights ago, and then I was threatened by PC Soph in the Cavendish Hotel, and PC Soph is one of the 3 who beat me during a welfare check on Beachy Head. Then they stripped me, then they sectioned me, then they human trafficked me to a dangerous accommodation with police protected criminals. And I'll keep saying it, and I'll say it again and again and again. Sherelle Clarke and Dion Clarke, mother and daughter, jailed. And everyone's saying it should be 20 years. 5 years. They'll only be released to do the same bloody thing again, because they were doing the same thing 2 years before on the Isle of Wight. And they were released to do the same thing again. But these are the kind of people that Dan from Police Abusing Powers would have as a channel supporter. Yes, these vile, demented, low-life degenerates, vile, dangerous creatures. It's the children I feel sorry for. It's the children. I'm 40. I'd love to have a baby. Think of all the people out there who can't have children. All the people out there who've had hysterectomies through cancer or whatever, who would make beautiful parents. My mother was adopted. I've come this far. Interestingly, I emailed a picture of my Brave Bryony battles on article to Tina CHAVE. And then you, Dan and Tina, threatened me. got a bit of bitterness going on, haven't you? Pretending to be nice people, but you're just low-life little grifters. Grifters. Anyway, there's nothing more to say really, but I will keep speaking. And, you know, if you don't want to watch my videos or you don't like what I'm saying, it's very simple, Dan. Switch it off, unsubscribe, or just don't watch me. I'll text it to you. I'll text it to you. Got an unknown number. Got an unknown number ringing now. Is it Dan? Is it one of his supporters? Unknown. Unknown. Unknown number. Unknown number. Unknown number. Oh, Jackanory, Jackanory. I've upset you, haven't I, Dan? Telling the truth upsets them. Let's keep doing it. Keep telling the truth. Keep upsetting them. Come on. Expose it. You and Tina lied, falsely offered me help, threats, and then threats, then unknown numbers. For me, little old me, a vulnerable woman who's got no friends or family, who's homeless and suicidal. Just get them all to... I'm not the only victim. I'm not the only victim of police abusing powers and Tina CHAVE and all that. Is it another unknown number? It's another unknown number. Yeah, I know. Keep doing it. Because all you're doing is you're giving me an opportunity to expose you for what you are. I had I can't believe it, 1.7k views. Police abusing powers channel needs shutting down. Just from telling the truth, just from being honest. Anyway, so there we are. Just have a look at everything I've been saying about what's been happening to me with, in case you don't know, if you're genuine, that is. If you're not one of these demented trolls, just have a look at what I've been saying about what happened at the Cavendish, at PC Soph. They've done everything to me. They've beaten me, stripped me naked, slandered me, human trafficked me to a dangerous accommodation. This is the police. And I'm now being targeted and abused by people who claim to be exposing the police and the corruption. Well, Dan, you might not believe that there is anything after life. I tell you what, my faith has been tested. I know this much. I know that those who do evil won't be going to a very nice place when they die. I know that much. I know that much, Dan. That much I do know. My faith has been tested like you would not believe. But I know there is a reckoning for those who've done evil, and you know it. But you carry on. So carry on, and I will just keep speaking out. Anyway, there we go. So it's now 2:05 in the morning for a man who's very sick and claims to have had strokes, because of course I can't be sure of that, can I? I mean, people have said to me, if they can lie like this, I really do need a whack round the head, because I believe too much of what people tell me. But Juliet, you don't think Juliet exists. You trolled me in a comment, Dan. And you know what? When you made out that you were a nice person at the start, you said, oh, people have taken my name and used it to troll people. And taken my pictures. They've taken the logo of police abusing powers and they've used it to troll people. So why did you, out of the blue, after months of never having spoken to me again, did you just suddenly decide to send me a rather nasty text message when I've been crying and feeling suicidal this evening, got nowhere and no one to turn to and all of that. Interesting, isn't it? Very interesting. And yet, Dan, you also said, this is how thick and stupid you are. You told me to listen to you, a grown man, told me that I should pay attention to a keyboard hero, a boy. He only looks about 20 at the most. He looks like a teenager, a curly-haired idiot called James Worley. And two of your troublemaking police abusing powers supporters, the one you emailed me about, making out he was supporting me with my MP office. Well, as I said, I've got evidence of Lucy at my local MP office saying we've reported him to the police. Yes! Yeah, I know. He's hilarious, isn't it? He's hilarious. It was so funny. Scott Andrew Horn, Dan's police abusing powers supporter that he emailed me to say was ringing the establishment on my behalf, has been reported to the police by my local MP office for making threatening calls to them and the House of Commons. You couldn't make it up, could you? You couldn't make it up. Jack and Ori. And he's made friends. Scott Andrew Horn, who did that, has made friends with Princess Angela, who's also gone on to this troll from America, this curly-haired idiot, this little boy from America. They've gone on to his channel, and Dan trolled me to say maybe I should listen to what this troll in America says. This troll in America, this keyboard hero who understands all the techie stuff, actually went out of his way to make a YouTube video about me with a robotic voice saying she's got a British accent and talking. It was all about a private phone call between me and Tina CHAVE, 10,000 miles away, a private phone call, which nobody knows about. Unless Tina has recorded it and published it, I don't know. But I could do with that recording because it's pretty damning, because it goes against everything that Tina and all these trolls have been saying. So I could do with that. And Dan is saying to me I should listen to what this troll in America is saying. You're all deluded. Anyway, there we go. Just keep exposing it. And get more people to view what I'm saying, because I don't want anyone else to be targeted by these grifters. Seriously, you give them a chance. Give them an inch and they'll take a mile. And that's what they do. And they will always do that. That's why Dan will always, I will put a link in the description, he will always be crying to his own nasty, dangerous channel supporters, including the admin. Because if he can do this to me, say he's suffered a stroke and at 1:30 in the morning harass me with a nasty text when I'm already going through what I'm going through, and they've already lied to me and threatened me, these grifters, they'll be crying and suicidal for the rest of their lives then, because they will never stop. They'll be doing it for sociopathic, narcissistic reasons. Not in the same way that I'm suicidal. He's suicidal because he can't get his own way. He doesn't want his mum to know about his channel, and he's a father. You're sick. You're sick. You're absolutely sick in the head. I haven't seen my father since I was a child. He was violent towards my eldest sister. There's narcissistic abuse in my family. Sussex police contacted him to say I've been reported missing from the psychiatric human trafficking scam unit, where there's all sorts going on in there. Where I met John Ellis, shoved him in there. Meeting him, that was meant to happen, like everything else. And yet, Sussex police contacted my father. They said we reported in the Herald. We found her safe. Dragged me backwards. I could have killed them. And my father said, "Is this attention seeking?" Because I can't believe that this is the insanity that's going on, and you guys want to you want to normalize it. Well, I tell you what, I have got absolutely no sympathy for anyone who follows Dan and his channel and doesn't listen to someone like me, because you'll find out the hard way if you are genuinely vulnerable. It'll be an unknown number. Yeah, I terminated the call. We're going round in circles. It was an unknown number. I terminated it. Fuck you, wankers. You thought you had a vulnerable person, didn't you? Vulnerable in the sense that you thought I was stupid, didn't you? This is the real Bryony. And I'm making you angry, aren't I? Because the real Bryony is now coming to the surface. Not the dumbed down, shh, Bryony. My partner says, don't say the word bloody. You can't touch your food bags. Well, Dan's got his own variation of sociopathy. But seriously, guys, if you're suicidal because you've had your own way, you've bought into the UK criminal system where the police get to do what they like, if you're in the club, if you're in the Freemasons, like some of Dan's channel supporters are, you're scum. And you're ringing into his channel saying you're feeling suicidal and all of this and that. And then you go and attack a real victim. I'm a bit like Jeanette Archer then, aren't I? Oh dear, I think I'm going to be trolled again. Real brave victims, you're going to wish you'd listened to me in these last days, because whatever you believe in, I'm telling you, my partner might have taken away my faith. He might have destroyed it. He strengthened it, then he destroyed it, made me suicidal. But I know where I'm going when I die. And I can't wait to be with all the real people who really do want the truth. Not just what the truthers community put out there and their little tidbits, but keep the rest quiet. No, expose all the bullshit. So, Dan, why don't you go to sleep, sweetheart? Because it's 2:15 in the morning. And if you've had a stroke, you don't want to make yourself ill by harassing and bullying someone who's already feeling suicidal. Because you're not just a nasty little grifter. Go and have a shit in the toilet and go and flush yourself down the loo with it. Over and out.